All right, welcome everybody. My name is Marisa Maggio Harrelson, and I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and I am with LifeVantage. I'll share a little bit more about my story in a moment. I have a very special host with me today, Dr. Nancy Bryan, who's also a very dear friend from Scottsdale, Arizona. I met Dr. Nancy about 5 years ago when she joined LifeVantage. I joined LifeVantage 8 years ago. I want to say welcome to our guests. Welcome to everybody. This is a beautiful gift to know about, a beautiful community of people that are like-minded and heart-driven and have something truly like nothing else on this planet to share with the world. And I think even now more than ever, this is so critically important that you're at least learning about the compelling science of what we have our hands on here in LifeVantage. We are here to educate you. We are not here to do anything else but give you information so that you can make an educated decision. But getting back to Dr. Nancy, I want to validate her. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I was a television news reporter for many, many years, almost 20 years. I left that industry when my kids were little. They're now 20, almost 21 and 18, almost 18. So they're home here. My husband's here. We're all here working from home. They're working in my home office space. And we're just having to juggle, and it's fun. And I'm embracing all this newness because even though Mother Nature has put up a stop sign in our world, I can tell you that stop sign is a time for us to pause and to really connect and see, how we can reinvent ourselves and how we can really be more mindful and go inward. And I just think that's why I fell in love with LifeVantage, because I teach yoga and I'm very much about being a conscious human being on this planet. And I just love being partners with LifeVantage because I think the two of them just go hand in hand. So I'll tell you a little bit more about my story later. We're going to share our company story, our product story. Nancy's going to tell her story. She is a mom. She's a grandma. She is a true incredible person, a molecular biologist, biochemist, pharmacologist, compounded for animals and humans. She's truly, I think, one of the smartest people I have ever met on this planet. And I always call her now the recovering pharmacist. And she also serves on the medical advisory board for LifeVantage. So please unmute yourself, Dr. Nancy, because I know there are a lot of people here that want to hear from you and why you are so passionate about really what we have our hands on and how critical it is, especially today in this modern world. Dr. Nancy.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so humbled to have all of you on here today. And as we said earlier, thank you for showing us your faces, because we do not need to be socially distancing. We need to be physically distancing. We want to be able to see you and to connect. And I love this platform to be able to see all your smiling faces, because you know what? That's what gives all of us just such a positive, good feeling. And you know what? What I'm most excited about is what I have been talking about for the last 4 years is helping my own body. Some of you that have known me for a while know that my journey has been one where I had some huge physical issues and challenges. And you know what? The sad part was at the time that was going on, I was one of the healthiest people I knew. And so coming from a world of chemicals and from a world of chemistry, I looked at this from my own perspective first, because I needed to start with what we're going to talk about today. I needed to optimize my own body's ability to take care of itself. And that's what really brought me to this, is seeing that there actually is something in our world today, medical breakthrough type materials and information. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is having the ability to help our own bodies optimize. Here you're going to see a picture of my family. And you know what? That, of course, is my first and foremost thought. For all of you, it should be for you too. This is about us helping each other and taking care of each other. And you know what? I love my family. I love every single one of them. They're near and dear to me. And you know what? This not being able to see them right now is just killing me. I'm so grateful for this technology of having Zoom and these other things so that we can connect, and it does help. So what are we going to be talking about today has to do with the journey that I had, the journey that Marisa had, and the journey that many of you on here have had. And we want to be able to share it because it's so important in today's world of optimizing our own body's ability to take care of itself. That is going to be through something called biohacking. So what we have here is taking control of a complex system. That's us. And believe me, we are complex. And we're going to be doing that and talking about doing something called nutrigenomics. And what I love about nutrigenomics is you know what, today we want the most technologically advanced everything. We want the best and fastest computers and iPhones and all those things. Well, I want the most technologically advanced nutrition, the best technologically advanced ability for my body. That's what nutrigenomics is. And we're the pioneer of that. So how do we do that? It's addressed through PROTANDIM TRI-SYNERGIZER. That's through taking 3 different types of products that do 3 different things in our body. And through those 3 pathways, we have the ability to make a difference in how our body optimizes its own health. So let's take a look at that. NRF2, we're talking about the cleanup department. NRF1, we got to have the energy to take care of the cleanup department. And oh my goodness, we better have a CEO that's helping everybody know what they're supposed to do. That's what our NAD is.
So we're going to take you back in time to an ABC primetime investigative report that captured the attention of researchers and investors all over the world. It's with John Quinones. And while it's many years old, it really is the history of how this once small biotech company out of the University of Colorado in Denver got started. So listen up, because I was blown away when I learned about this.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes 2 antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called PROTANDIM, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just 1 pill of PROTANDIM a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. PROTANDIM is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes PROTANDIM says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
And apparently that's exactly what happened. Oh my goodness. Did you see that John Quinones's oxidative stress level was reduced by 45% in less than 2 weeks? Well, there is a study on the National Institutes of Health Medical Library website that shows PROTANDIM reduces oxidative stress on average in all mammals 40% within 30 days. And Dr. Nancy will talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But these products have been sold since about 2003. After that ABC report aired in 2005, the company's stock, oh my gosh, went from $1 to 20 bucks a share overnight, quickly went down, almost delisted. They were a small biotech company out of the University of Colorado. There were $5 million in orders in just 2 weeks, 8-month backlog. They had no way to get this out to the masses. They were just, again, nerdy little researchers inside of a lab, and they didn't really have manufacturing plan or advertising, marketing in place. So they scrambled to get it online, store shelves. People started forgetting about it. And then it sat next to $5 and $10 antioxidants, which it's not an antioxidant. It's not a supplement. So Dr. Nancy will talk about that as well. But I want to let you know that this company has quite a story. And that's why, if somebody can just mute theirself, please. That's why there is quite a story here, because we have gone through so much with this company, and it's a beautiful place to be with LifeVantage, publicly traded on the NASDAQ. Our CEO recently closed the ringing bell on Wall Street in January during Wellness Week, and Aaron Brockovich recently joined our board of directors. So, you know, we have a gift here that we're giving the world to optimize their cellular health. And more on that is Dr. Nancy Bryan, again, who I did a nice intro for earlier. So Dr. Nancy, take it away.
Okay, so what that was talking about was oxidative stress. And if there's one thing that I hear a lot about from different people all the time, it's, you know what the heck are they talking about? Why are these people so excited? Well, just because we want you to understand, take a look at these apples, all right? We're talking about demonstrating the breakdown of the apple. That's what happens with our cell. It gets attacked by free radicals, just like the apple does by oxygen. And so what happens is that's going on in our body. So you know what? Why do we want to care about that? The main reason we want to care about that is because this is one of the things going on in our body from all these different things that we need to be able to control. So let's talk about that NRF2 synergizer that was in the video. This is why people got so excited. They knew, all these different places knew that this oxidative stress had so much to do with so many different things going on in our body. They were all studying it. And when they saw that there was something that actually was proven to reduce oxidative stress, that damage, by 40% in 30 days, they all wanted to know about it. We had lots of requests, and a lot of these companies contacted our company and requested PROTANDIM be utilized. As a result of it, today we have, it says 20 peer-reviewed journal publications. There's somewhere more around 27 or 28. But what you need to understand is what PubMed.gov is. This is where all the doctors go. This is the real scientifically verified science, evidence-based science that's peer-reviewed. Goes to PubMed.gov. It has to be reviewed by other people in the same field before it's ever even published. And that's why it's so important to be able to see our own product by name listed in these studies. So what are we talking about with oxidative stress? We're talking about the body's ability to take care of this damage that's going on. And so, of course, we want people to continue to eat their vegetables and fruits, and you hear about all kinds of antioxidants that you can take, goji berries and juices. The thing is, though, those are outside antioxidants. They're direct antioxidants, and they do help reduce oxidative stress on a 1-to-1 ratio. But what we're talking about is your own body's ability to produce things like catalase, glutathione, and SOD, and that gives your own body the ability to reduce those oxidative stress, those free radicals bouncing around, reducing them by 1,000,000 to 1 over and over. So it's like taking the fire department to the fire instead of the squirt gun. And what is this about? This is about taking 5 nutrients You'll see those along the bottom: turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, bacopa, ashwagandha. Those 5 ingredients blended together have been put together in a certain way that created a pioneered product, a product that nobody has seen. And I love being a pioneer for this, because I would challenge anyone that's taking a look at this, try to find something that says and has the ability to prove that they've reduced oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. It's so important because of its ability to repair our cells. And as Marisa had talked about, we had the National Institute on Aging use our product, and the only nutritional product they found that statistically significantly increased the lifespan of mice was our PROTANDIM. That's so important to understand of what separates this product from everything else that's available. So what does that mean? A lot of people will say to me, especially as a pharmacist, oh, well, I'm already taking green tea. I already take milk thistle. I already take those things. Look at this. We are talking about this becoming synergy. That's when you take ingredients and the action becomes greater than each of those things by themselves. 18-fold increase, in fact, if we take a look at what it does. And you don't have to take our word for it. Look at what Washington State University says. It's the most extraordinary therapeutic preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Again, we're talking about breakthrough kind of science. We want to be at the forefront of the technologies for nutrition, especially today where we're trying to optimize our body's health. So along with that NRF2 pathway, where we're able to take that oxidative stress and neutralize it, we have to have the energy in the cell to do that. That's where mitochondrial health comes in. Mitochondrial health is so important because that gives the cell's ability to function at its peak performance. And we have our NRF1 Synergizer, again, a blend of 5 ingredients that becomes something that synergistically helps our own mitochondrial production and their ability to talk to each other. That means that you're going to get better communication between each of the mitochondria, and you're going to see increased cellular energy. That is so important for your body to function properly. It has to have that energy. Now, along with that, of course, as I said in that earlier slide, we have the TRI-SYNERGIZER, the NRF2, the NRF1, and now the NAD Synergizer, because we have to have the CEO. We have to have the component that's going to help the cell know what it's supposed to be doing. And when we have NAD synergistically being increased in our body through increases in sirtuin, here's the things you can expect. Most importantly, that autophagy. That is getting rid of the old cells that don't have a function anymore. Those need to go away. That's a very specific and needed entity. That's going to help improve mental focus and concentration, mood and motivation. Who doesn't need more motivation today? We certainly need that. And we need a positive mood right now. Everybody is in a state of panic and fear. Let's be positive. We also want to help the body have healthy inflammatory response. I'm not talking about an anti-inflammatory like Motrin. I'm talking about the body's ability to have the response go up and down when it's needed. That also is going to have a big impact on cholesterol levels in a healthy range. And most importantly, what we're seeing is that sirtuin activity is so valuable with lots of different things in our life. You're hearing about intermittent fasting and all these different things to help reset your body. That's what this NAD is going to do. If you look down on the right, you'll see we're taking a look at how we compete with caloric restriction. And caloric restriction isn't always the healthiest way to reset things. We're getting that same sirtuin activity by being able to have NAD Synergizer in our body. So what are we talking about? Look at the 3 of them stacked together. I'm not going to go into all this science. There's a ton of it. So get back with the person who invited you if you want more info on this. But all you need to do is look at the small bars. That's the products individually. Look at the really ginormous bars. That's what happens when we synergistically put these 3 products together in our body. And then, of course, as Marisa so eloquently put it earlier in a conversation we have, Now that we've taken care of 3 flat tires, we got to take care of the 4th flat tire. Our probiotics and prebiotics are so important for gut health, because if you don't have that gut health, how are you going to absorb those nutrients properly and utilize them? So it's really important that you have a solid probiotic, one that you can absorb up to 60% of. Look at what happens with many of the others. You're only getting about 4%. And we want to be able to have a proper probiotic to help build a proper biome in our gut. And then we want to feed it. That's what the prebiotic does. The prebiotic is going to help take care of feeding our probiotics. But most importantly, I want you to focus on this part. It helps maintain balanced blood sugar levels already in healthy range. That's because it talks to our pancreas and does those things. These are important aspects of our health. And then of course we have omegas. The omegas are just so key to helping. Just think of it like a shield around your cell. It helps the cell communicate. And we want to have a clean one with omega-3s and omega-7s, because that gives us our proper balance. And D3 is so necessary right now to help our bodies to optimize how we take care of our function. So look at this. If people wonder, do people look at our products? We received the Stevia Bronze Award not very long ago, International Business Award. That is huge. We are on the map. People are starting to pay attention because we are a pioneer. We are something no one else has. So what does that look like? The ultimate stack? I have a lot of people come to me, Nancy, what's the ultimate thing I can do? We don't care where you take a look at these products. Most of the people that come into this company are customers. If you want to order just our NRF2, we're happy with that. But we want you to know and understand optimizing your health comes through the energy, it comes through the cleaning of the oxidative stress, and it comes through the CEO telling the body what to do, and then having the pre and probiotics to help take care of our body. So that's the ultimate. And then of course, we've got to remember that we've got to take care of our mental clarity. That's where Axio is. This is our NRF2 in our brain. And you don't have to take my word for it. Look at the writing of a child in 2 weeks' time. This is the connection of our cells in our brain talking to each other. Again, NRF2 activation is optimizing a cell's function, and that includes in your brain. So we have all these different products that are NRF2 activation because they matter. We have to take care of our skin system. We have the only skincare system that actually increases UV protection. That's amazing. NRF2 activation of our hair. You know what? Right now, we got to wash our hair a lot. It's clinging on to a lot of stuff we don't want hanging out, right? So if we're going to do that, we don't want a bunch of chemicals on our head. And oh my goodness, weight management. You know what? Let's optimize our health. Let's take a look at benefits that we can do with that. And oh my goodness, where would we be without our four-legged friends? We got to take care of their activation of NRF2. They have oxidative stress too. So all of these things are products that we have based on NRF2 activation as our pioneer product that really kicked off everything. These are the categories we deal with. We're talking anti-aging. Don't take our word for it. Look at the National Institute on Aging. Lifestyle formulas, weight management, smart energy, all of these things come into play today. We have a place for everyone wherever it is that they want to be. But if by chance you do think you might have thought of a few people as we've been talking, then by all means, or if you just want a good value for your money, think about getting one of the starter packs and think about being a distributor. Many of you may not have heard that, but for the month of April, guess what the company just announced? They're going to throw in the distributor pack, the distributor kit, the $50 kit at no charge for this month. So I think of that as another $50 savings on these starter kits, which is a great deal. And look what you get with it. Most companies don't give you websites, they charge for them. You get free shipping. We have all these different things to help take care of us, helping really just to make a difference for people. This is about the community of people sharing and caring about people. That's why we're here today. We want to help people optimize the best they can for their own body. and really take care of each other in our community. So Marisa, I would love it if you'd like to take over, and maybe for a few of the people that might be taking a look at sharing, just let them know a little bit more about that side of things. And hopefully we've gotten a chance to get across to them our excitement about the ability to be a forerunner in nutrigenomics.
Oh, Dr. Nancy, thank you so much for that. I can always listen to you and I always learn. And I've been doing this for 8 years. I learned about LifeVantage by overhearing a conversation at a yoga studio. I teach yoga today, and it truly was a student of mine that I learned about this from, has changed our family's life forever. I love being a pioneer. I didn't really realize what I was getting into when I said yes to LifeVantage. I just saw that ABC primetime and I knew I wanted PROTANDIM NRF2 in my body, my family's body. So my kids have been on them for 10 years or 8 years, and as well as my husband and I, and of course our dogs are on the pet tandem. But timing is everything, as Dr. Nancy was talking about. And the business may not be for you, but you know, who do you know that needs money right now? I mean, look at our world. Look how things have changed right now. And this is a gift to know about. We're not attached to anybody joining or not. We just want to be able to say, here's an option that maybe you might need some supplemental income or get your products paid for free. Because the timing, we are still in the early adapter stage. That the innovators were Dr. McCord, who created this. And then those of us learning about it right now are still in the early adoption stage, just kissing what we call momentum, because all of the pieces are put together to create a really beautiful opportunity for those that might have an entrepreneurial mindset. We don't need everybody to do the business. 90% of LifeVantage is customer based, which says a lot for what our company has our hands on. And so who doesn't want to feel better at a cellular level and really get to the root cause of why we get issues in our tissues? And the science behind our company is just so compelling. So when you get to be a part of something, it takes time for it to get out to the masses. I mean, Starbucks, I think, took like 30 years before people even knew what a Starbucks was. So we are hitting what you call momentum. And when you get to ride this wave of momentum, that is where 80% of a company growth happens in the lifetime of a company. This is the Peter Drucker S-curve that's taught in universities all over the world. And basically, if you're thinking about people, who do you know? They're going to know people, and on and on. And then you get to build this beautiful global franchise virtually from your home. And that's exactly what's happened with Dr. Nancy and myself and many people on this call today. And when you get to the top of that wave, which none of us have, we haven't been able to ride that wave of momentum, but people are truly having success right now today. So it is a good place to be when you get to the top. When I started LifeVantage, we were in 4 countries. We're now in 21. And we're going to be opening up in Singapore and Malaysia. And that's really an exciting time. I love what J. Paul Getty says. I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. And I don't know about you guys, but when I worked in television news, I worked about 60 hours a week. And when I break it down to how much I was getting paid, it might have been like about $10 an hour. So, and it was just me, right? It was just me. But when I have now 8,000 people in my organization, and I didn't know anything about network marketing. I love this business model, and I think it is really, top entrepreneurs in the world say it is the business of the 21st century. So whether it becomes LifeVantage for you, I would invite you to really do research on this beautiful profession of network marketing that widely gets misunderstood, but it is the most brilliant business model in the world. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But we pay really well. I'm not going to get into our comp plan right now. You can get back to the person that shared this with you. But I do want to point out, we do pay weekly and monthly, and we're soon to start going to be paying daily for distributors in our organization, which is really going to be incredible. So when you hit the elite ranks, we have levels 1 through 10, Pro 1s through Master Pro 10, and you then become part of what's called global revenue sharing. So everyone in the world is in your organization, which creates a beautiful culture in LifeVantage. We are all about helping each other. Dr. Nancy and I are not on the same team, but it doesn't matter because we're here to help each other, and that's what I just love about it. We do a lot of smiling. We have a lot of fun in the world. We get to travel all over the world. One day we'll get to travel again. all over the world. We recently were all in Cancun, and that was a lot of fun. So they take 4% of the monthly commissionable sales. That's the elite bonus pool, and they divide it among the elites. So Pro 10s are going to get all 4 of those shares. Pro 9s get 3 of the 4, Pro 8s get 2 of the 4, and Pro 7s get 1 of the 4. And I'm telling you, this is a beautiful pool. It's over a $30,000 pool. It's one of the 8 different ways our company pays. Now, we are publicly traded. This is on our website under the resources tab at the bottom of lifevantage.com. And I would recommend going there if you're thinking about the opportunity at all. When I looked at this, I looked at what an elite Pro 7. I'm an elite Pro 8 in LifeVantage. Dr. Nancy is a premier Pro 6. And I mean, this is monthly income that's happening while you sleep. This is income that you get a check on the 15th of the month. This takes time. This is not net wish marketing. This is network marketing. I work from home. I have freedom, I have choices, and I create my own life. But I do work, and I love it because to me, it's been the most joyful mission work in the world. And I love my customers. Most of my business is customer based. They don't have to do the business. So when I looked at what an elite Pro 7 was making, I just looked at it and dreamed. And I said, you know, I'm not worthy of that. I've never made that kind of money. I've never made 6 figures. Even working as a TV news reporter and anchor, I did not make 6 figures. So I didn't think, you know, I grew up in Kentucky. My parents argued a lot over money, over what we didn't have. And being the youngest of 5 kids, I just remember that a lot. And some of that talk and dialogue never left my psyche, even though I have very outstanding work ethic and I've always worked very hard. I've always felt like maybe there wasn't enough. My husband has a really good job, but we're also older parents. We had kids later in life. So when retirement is not too far for him, you're thinking, oh my gosh, is there going to be enough? We're going to be on a fixed retired income. So I've always felt like there wasn't going to be enough in life. I always do. Have you had that feeling? Have you ever really felt like there's no certainty? Well, I can tell you, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen next month, but I can tell you that this month of March, the month of March was probably one of the best. It was the best month our company had. And I can tell you that my live volume monthly was higher than it's been in months. And typically when things happen in the world that are unsettling, this profession does well. So I just say, please do your research, get your questions answered. Let us talk to you so that you can have all of the information that you need to help make an educated decision. And this is my favorite part of LifeVantage, the people, the friendships, and the giving back. Because you can make all the money in the world that you want, but if you don't have your health, and if you're not doing something to really change the world, then you're going to have, you know, it can be a shallow existence. So that's my daughter. Yes, she was right behind me. I love it. I can work from home and my family is here. And that's what I wanted with LifeVantage. I wanted to be able to work from home and not have to report to somebody, to be my own CEO and to give back to community. We have legacy program all over the world. We've been able to go to Rocky Point. My kids, my husband and I build homes for families. We have all kinds of charities and the company matches what is given to the company. So it's really been just a beautiful journey, a personal growth journey. Wouldn't you say, Dr. Nancy? A personal growth journey more than anything in the world. And how do you do LifeVantage?
It really is the community. You know, we love all of you. We thank you all so much for taking the time today. And if we have questions, let us know. You know what? This is evidence-based science we have here on these products, and we're a publicly traded company. This is full disclosure. You can get all of the information we talked about in writing on your computer, in your files, whatever you need. But you know what? The biggest part of this all is about the community of people here and us caring about each other. And thank you so much for making my day. All of your smiles just lift me beyond lifting. And I just thank you all and hope everyone is staying safe. And remember, physical distancing, but what we're doing is communicating with our community.
And so please get back to the person that invited you on this call today and let them know hey, I am ready to get started today with biohacking my health. It can be as simple as 1 bottle of Nerf 2, but do something to help create a stronger body and a stronger immune system. All right, everybody. Thank you again so much.